Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I'm spending the couple days in the town of Helen, Georgia, which is in the far north part of Georgia. And I'm here mainly to see some waterfalls. There are several waterfalls in and around Helen, and I'm going to show you a few of them, starting with the one that is right here in downtown. The town of Helen, Georgia is a very touristy city, about as touristy as they get. So there are all sorts of attractions and entertainment and recreation, mostly for families that come here like on a vacation or for the weekend. Lots of hotels and lots of restaurants. I just had lunch at a German beer garden. Don't get a chance to do that very often. So let me show you around. Right in downtown Helen, there is a small waterfall right here in the main drag through town. It's called Anarubia Falls, and it is a really small one, and I have no idea where the water is going. Little puddle here. It must have a pipeline or something that is taking the water where they want it to be. Well, they got this nicely landscaped. Rocks strategically placed. That's looking down to the street, but there is a little more to the waterfall here. A lot of moss growing there. And above the waterfall is this park, and there's no stream at all here. So I'm suspecting that that waterfall is man-made and the water at the bottom is just pumped back up to the top. It just keeps recycling it. That's what I'm thinking. Anarubia is the most well-known waterfall around here, and it is a major park operation. 4/10 of a mile walk to it. They charge $5 per person to get in, and they close at 5 o'clock. The height goes up fairly steep right along the creek here. Sometimes I don't know a creek from a river. So it's got a good shot of the water coming down the rocks there. By the way, this is 4/10 of a mile going straight up. Well, I can see it through those trees there. Here's the first viewing platform. And there's the second viewing platform to get a closer look. The double waterfall. And there's the second viewing platform to get a closer look. The double falls. Okay folks, one last pan shot for you. Just a little way before you get to the falls, they have a beach here on the river in a protected play area, and looks like some pretty nice sand there. I'm not going to go down there since it's a cold day, but it looks like it's a pretty decent beach, and they've got it cut way back here. They do have a campground here at Anarubia Falls. It's going to cost you at least $45 a night, and depending on the time of the year, holidays, weekends, the rates can go up as high as $80 a night. It's a huge campground, but I was just told at the visitor center that they are booked full for this weekend, even at those high rates. So you definitely need reservations. The next waterfall I want to show you is called Trough Falls. There's no sign anywhere with that name on it, but it does show up on Google Maps. And this sign is all there is to see coming up the highway. And then to the left of the road there is this sign. The road is a rough gravel road. I went it up in my motor scooter. So you wouldn't want to go up this road in a large RV. If you have a small one where you're towing a camper, it'd probably be okay. The waterfall is at the Upper Chattahoochee River Campground. So it's 5 miles of rough gravel and a very narrow road. So if you have a large RV and you meet up with somebody, it's going to be hard for them to be able to pass you. However, just a 1/4 mile up the highway here, there is a large pullover where you can park and take off your tow car, or maybe you're pulling a fifth wheel or a camper. You can leave that right here and then come up in your car or truck to the campground and to see the falls. And this point is about 8 or 9 miles north of the town of Helen. Just a little way down the gravel road to Trough Falls, you will see this waterfall. It is a very small fall compared to the main one we're here to see, the Trough Falls. But this is a nice one too. Kind of piques your interest to continue down the road to see the big one. This is nice. This is about how far I can see up there. You turn right at this sign about the campground, and the campground is right at the trail to the waterfall, and there are a lot of people camping in there. It's pretty much tent camping or small campers that they tow, and you can see the river coming down here from the falls. The road to Trough Falls ends in this circle right here, and here is the hiking trail that goes to the falls. It says 173, and it's not far down here. You can hear the waterfall from here. There's a footbridge that goes over the creek coming down from the falls. They've got a viewing platform built here. Got some trees in the way of getting a good view of it. It's the Upper Chattahoochee River. It's a nice one. You can walk around the platform like that man is. You get a closer up view of, I guess this is the river. It's a small river at this point. So this gets you a really, really good view of the waterfall. I was starting to worry whether seeing the waterfall was going to be worse driving that treacherous gravel road on my motor scooter. It is a scary road. It's a nice view here. On the way back down to Helen, I wanted to stop and show you this place. It is an RV park for Airstreams only. And this is the only RV park I've heard of anywhere that is restricted to only one brand of RV. Can you imagine that? If there was an RV park where you couldn't get in unless you had a Winnebago or something like that. Well, that is the deal here. So if you have an Airstream, then check it out. Otherwise, just drive on by. So this is the last place I'm going to show you. And there's one more waterfall I want to show you. The parking lot here is about 5 miles southwest of Helen. It's 1/10 of a mile to an observation deck, and then it's 1.1 miles to the falls. That's assuming you don't get attacked by a bear. Here is the observation deck, and you can see the falls are quite a distance away there. It's another mile hike to actually get to the falls. See how far that is? At least it's a good boardwalk with rails getting down. Well, folks, I'm going to go down there and take a close look at it. Part of the trail follows along the creek, but you can't get a really good view of it. It's kind of far down there and all these trees. Here's a mini waterfall along the creek. So that's a nice sight. Oh wow, here's some people being very brave to climb down that steep slope just to get close to the creek there. which is right below that falls. That's what you do when you're a young whippersnapper. Here's a fairly good view of the creek. One more view of the creek here. Well, folks, there are so many trees all along the trail that you don't really get a good view, or any view at all, hardly, of the waterfall until you get right up to it. So I just have a little bit to go. And here you see the waterfall is coming down from two completely different sources. And look at this, a tree uprooted and came down, and you can see it right there. The base of it fell right on, just before you get to the viewing platform of that fall on the right. There's another viewing platform off to the left here. Both falls merge right there. And there's the other viewing platform. Hopefully they'll have that repaired by the time you get here. I'm assuming you will. Well, I guess these people found a picnicking spot they liked. Brought their ice chest. Wow. This is the fall on the right. Even down here, you don't get a really good view of the falls with all the trees. If you want to get down to the falls, down there, it would be a very treacherous journey. They've got this built so that you can't get down on the rocks at all, but some people take that as a challenge. Well, folks, please let me know in the comments below what you think about my video of the waterfalls around the town of Helen, Georgia. Good day.